Hello! Thank you for coming to my channel, The Life of Poon. And today I want to talk about colorism. Colorism is something that we all been nose blind. Is that a word? Well, it's a word today. Nose blind to. And we all been blind to it at one point in time in our lives. And it's one of the things that we definitely have to talk about, especially here on my channel, The Life of Poon. And as always, I would like to start off with a story. So, something that I had to learn to forgive myself for because I didn't for the longest time was me and my brother, my younger brother, we would go back and forth, like just arguing, teasing each other, like how kids do. But kids can be so hurtful and not even know it. And it's one of those things that I just learned to forgive myself about because we were arguing, like just making jokes on one another. And I immediately went to, oh, you're so black. You look like Flavor Flav, trying to be funny. And yeah, it got a few laughs, but overall, I didn't know what it was doing. I didn't know that I was trying to diminish someone for something that they didn't have no control over. And I didn't know that I was dimming their own light by making it seem like they were making my brother feel like he was less than just because he were a darker skin tone. And I picked it up as a child because as children we would say that often. Like if we got mad at someone that was darker than us, we'd be like, shut up, you black roach, or you black this, or you so dark that. And it's one of those things where it's like, why am I being racist to my own people? Why am I putting my own people down, especially my brother? Why would I ever do or say something like that? And yeah, it could be like, oh, it was all fun and games, but it's not fun and games because you don't see how that can make someone else feel. And it's not cute. And we get it from the older generation, but the older generation sometimes forget it came from slavery, where the light-skinned person would be in the house and the darker ones would be outside. And sometimes it was one of those things where, like, I even heard light-skinned people say that, no, I ain't coming outside because I ain't trying to get dark for the summer. And it's one of those things where it really can deteriorate someone's confidence. And I seen it do it within my friends and my brothers. And I felt like that was a way for me to come back at them. But at the same time, that was hitting below the belt. And it's never funny to really try to hurt someone's confidence, to hurt someone's ego, and talk about their skin color because we're all black. We're all going through the same thing. And it may be worse for darker people. It probably is worse for darker people simply because everybody always has a stereotype against them. And it's one of those things where if I'm being stereotyped against every day, why would I even come out my mouth and say, or why would you even come out your mouth and say, if you know that you are being judged and stereotyped on numerous occasions, why would you come out and say to someone and talk about the color of their skin just for laughs? It's not funny because you're really hurting someone's feelings. And it could be like, yeah, you're being too sensitive. Yeah, you being like too hard on yourself or being too hard on others. But it's like, nah, that stuff came from slavery and it should have stayed there. But it continued to trickle down hundreds of years, even until 2019. It's been multiple times where people would talk about other people's skin and the darkness of their skin, when in all honesty, their skin is beautiful. I've realized that I love dark-skinned people, and I'm like mostly attracted to dark-skinned people. And it's one of those things where you're really trying to tear someone down, and they can't even help the way that their skin is formulated. And it's one of those things that you really have to take your time and really look and see the bigger picture of it all. Why tear your brother down? Why tear your sister down when we're all going through the same battle, trying to rise up in this world? Why do that to one another? It's not fun. It's not cute. And you really don't know how it's affecting that other person. That's why we have so many people bleaching their skin. That's why we have so many people trying to date outside of their race and date lighter people simply because they don't want their kids dark, simply because they don't want their kids to go through what they went through. And in all honesty, they're coming from, and when they do that, they're not coming from a place of love. They're coming from a place of self-hatred because they don't like themselves. So, and I'm not saying for all dark skinned people, I'm not saying that at all. But for a few that's out there, I feel for you because I honestly feel bad because it was people like me and a lot of other people that would say, oh, black this, black that, thinking it's funny. But it's not. It's really deteriorating our kind and our people. And we have to see that. We have to notice that we cannot continue having that slavery mindset by trying to say and think that we're sexier, thinking we're better than our darker brothers and sisters. And it's one of those things that you have to realize that you never know how it's affecting them. And the whole era with this bleaching skin and just trying to date lighter people and not really look at love is really one of those things that is hurting our human race.